With the straps?
With the straps.
Did he? Oh, remember though when they're in the hot tub and she turned around, he gave that big booty a slap.
Hey,
She hit the floor.
next thing you know,
Should not go
low. Next topic.
Yes.
Chase.
Chase.
So we actually had someone write in last week, or maybe that's not true, but we still had someone write in. Ann M, a student from Kansas City, wrote into us, age 20, and by the way, Kansas City is her occupation. Please talk about Chase. He's such a sweetheart and is there for the right reasons, which is very important to us in the Batch Boys Nation. Ann M, you are completely right. Chase is very important to us here in the Batch Boys Nation. He was actually Casey's pick. Casey, why don't you share with us how you feel about this, man?
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. Chase is my pick, and it's because I saw in him a normal, down-to-earth guy. And I get some people think he's a little boring. Everyone knows he's cute, but some people think he's a little boring. And I understand that point because he's real. What he is he's not some eccentric ex-football player, ex-swimmer, or ex-war veteran. Like, he just has a job and does things with his life and, like, has a relationship with his estranged father. Like, he just has normal things that everyone deals with.
He's a medical sales rep from Highland.
Yes, exactly. But the point I want to get to, because this is something big for me, you guys know I love my theories.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory that's not so far-fetched this week, and it's that, honestly, look at who JoJo kept and got rid of Chase. In my opinion, the only real one left. Mm-hmm. JoJo is definitely not here for the right reasons.
Oh my gosh.
She's not. Like,
She isn't.
Chase is the realest boy out there.
Mm-hmm.
Chase,
You know who else was a real boy though?
who?
James Taylor was a
Oh my
real
God.
boy.
No, James Taylor was her best friend from middle school who
But
got
he was,
braces at the same time.
He
That
was
was Vinny.
real. Vinny was her best friend. Maybe he could be something else. Chad was the realest of them all. JoJo, just time and time again, has proved to not have been here for the right reasons this time around, and I think she's really going to pay for it because I don't see her being happy with either of the guys remaining.
Well, one thing I want to add, Ryan S., who's backstage, and we're going to bring him out.
Oh, that's right.
Very
in a
soon.
moment.
Yeah.
Oh God, he hasn't heard anything I've
Stay
said,
tuned.
has he?
No, not at all.
He hasn't heard anything we've said. Ryan S. Brought up the theory to me, just that JoJo, she picked two guys, the two guys that are left who aren't Chase, who we're talking about here. They're the two guys who she has trust issues with. The only two guys that she questions. And it just it begs the question for me that she doesn't want that husband material that James T is, even though I disagree with him as like a lover for anyone. But
sometimes you just got to skip the loving phase and be a dad. Take time to be a dad today, and that's all he's doing.
Adoption is a good choice.
Yeah,
Moving
but
on.
I mean, Daniel, you're an expert on daddies. Do you think that we found a dad in either Jordan or Robbie? Because for me, we found a son.
Not an intentional one.
Absolutely not, unfortunately. But I will contest your guys' point that JoJo isn't here for the right reasons. I have to disagree. I think she is here for the right reasons. I think she's just a little misled.
that.
Yeah. I think that...
How is she misled?
By her shepherds?
No. I don't know. What was that?
The producer.
Reference to season one.
That was my
Shepherds.
thing. Yeah, sorry. The Shepherds. I should know that. It was me that said that, I think. So anyway, I think JoJo is here for the right reasons. I think she's just a little confused.
Yeah.
She, and the reason I say that is because, she's picking Dreamboat Robbie. She's picking Dreamboat Jordan to go to the fantasy suite, which makes sense, as any of us
Robbie
would.
Dreamboat Robbie.
She chose
Dreamboat.
Chase to go to the fantasy suite, too.
Yeah,
Just
for a
throwing
minute.
that out there.
No, that's what I'm saying. She picked Chase, but then turned him away. Right reasons, right there. Like, to her, she didn't want to break his heart. And, she's had genuine conviction when she's let go of Luke and Chase, because I actually think that both of them would have been better fits for her in the long, long run.
Well, I agree with you that she made the right decision for her heart, that she followed her heart and did what she thought was best. But I'm saying her heart's not here for the right reasons to begin with, because you don't get rid of genuine guys like Luke and Chase.
it's
and
okay.
keep Robbie and Jordan.
Yeah, no, Casey,
When you
it's
want
all right.
love, you don't get rid of those guys.
It's true. She really screwed the pooch on this one, guys. She took it right into the fantasy suite. And
Where's Ryan?
She just screwed that pooch.
Because that's what I love. He gets you just a big F you.
Yeah.
He opened himself up and he was skewered, Casey. He was skewered.
He put himself out there and immediately torn away.
Yeah, and I know what he's getting at. I get the point. But it's just that you can't do that to some people. Sometimes those words can hurt some people.
I never wanted my last memory of Chase to be that.
Yeah, to just be, I can't have my last memory him walking away, which made it so nice that he gentlemaned up, he classed it out, and he came back and he did the right thing, and he was just like, look, you know, I didn't want to leave here angry because that's not who I am. I'm a good guy. I'm a good, solid man. And absolutely, I think he's better off without JoJo, truthfully. But good for him certainly good for him for having the reaction he did. Because if he had just been like, no, it's okay, you know, then like what kind of
Was
man?
that Kermit?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay,
Look,
JoJo.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I personally think that was held along by the shepherds. I think that they coached him to go back because they're grooming him to be the next Bachelor. I don't think it's going to be Luke. I think it's going to be Chase, and I think it's because they groomed him and they showed us that they want America to think of him in a good way. I mean, he went out on top.
Yeah. No, that was truly a good, classy move, and I already liked Chase a lot since last week, but this really put him up to close to number one for me. Luke still being.
Yeah. All I got to say is if they're planning on making Chase the next Bachelor, ABC must have developed a cure for face paralysis because that guy cannot express emotion.
This is my fantasy. I can't do the voice. Sorry. I after last week, my confidence in doing impressions has been totally shot from trying to impersonate Luke and his family. So, yeah, that was bad. Yeah. Anyway,
welcome to Earth. Who's next?
Okay, next up, we're gonna be talking about Chad.
I'm so bad for Chad, guys.
I'm bad for Chad, too.
Oh, he's my chatty. I'm just a little chatty boy.
I can't respond to that.
Chad, you know what? It was great seeing Chad again at the Men Tell All. He had such a big build-up, and as Chris Harrison, who, by the way, had an excellent episode.
Oh, yeah. That was
Why don't we just talk about that?
For Chris Harrison.
Great airtime for Chris Harrison, you know? And you know what? I actually, I just want to take a little side on Chris Harrison right now, if you wouldn't mind, Casey. Just bottle it up. Save it.
It's bottled.
Chris Harrison really reminded me of the guy that hosts the Hunger Games this episode when he was like out in front. He's like 26 men, all turned against each other by JoJo's beauty. It's like Katniss Everdeen with two guys that like him.
You could practically see the juice from the poison berries on his fingertips as he twisted the knife in each of their backs. It was really a beautiful thing to see. And he's getting better at it, too. He's always been great. He's just watching, like, if you see his little micro expressions, he's loving it. And that's what I like to see, is a man who's doing what he loves. Anyone who does what they love. But
like a fine bottle of Barefoot Cabernet Sauvignon gets better with age. And also shout out to how short his conversation with Jordan was compared to Robbie. But anyway, Chad is back. Casey, let it out.
Look, I'm not going to raise a glass to you boys here at this table because I see some shady stuff going on over here with these two. Oh. You cannot sit here and be bad for Chad. Chad, despite how lame all these other 20 whatever guys were to him, because they were, and they justified why people like Chad because they're terrible too.
Yeah,
Chad is a bad guy. Chad literally antagonized JoJo after not seeing her for months.
All right, Casey, you make all these claims that just are totally unsubstantiated, and they have no basis, and you're just so full of it.
It's like you don't even watch the show, Casey.
You can't back it up.
I'm sorry. Why don't you go to hour 1, minute 57, okay, and just look at what Chad says to JoJo and tell me what happened. If I'm right about hour 1:57,
that's like the very end of the show. That's like the credits rolling.
I don't know when that happened, but I know that he said that.
Well,
he was talking smack, and he did call JoJo a nag,
though, if you know what I'm saying.
But I will give it to Chad, though. Chad, he really knows how to talk some smack.
Mm-hmm. He sure does, and I love it. He's keeping it real. He's my favorite. I don't know. I love him.
I really like Chad, too. It's going to be crazy to see him in Paradise.
He was just having so much fun because, like, they're feeding him. They're fueling him. They're giving him fuel. They're giving him fire. They're giving him that which he desires.
They stuffed him full of cold cuts in that trailer, and then they're stuffing him full of attention there on that stage.
I want to ask you guys real quick, like, quick Paradise prediction. Who do you think Chad, like, would do well with? Because I don't see him good with anyone. He's too wild. He's too aggressive, like Jesus.
Do well with.
Too aggressive.
St. Pablo?
Like, I guess maybe Lace, but
really? Chad?
She's
too
crazy.
Aggressive?
Here's Here's the thing about Chad, a little thing about Paradise that our viewers might be interested to know. This is my first Paradise, boys.
Is it really?
I have not. I didn't watch any of the other Paradises.
Well, this is
And
going to
fun
be the
fact-
golden paradise for the Batch Boys because it's season 3 of Batch, season 3 of Paradise.
Wow, this is our one time to shine, our chance to celebrate and let loose.
Yeah. it's
I'm
our
gonna wear a lot of
golden
Hawaiian
anniversary.
shirts, smoke cigars on camera.
Oh,
yeah.
we should smoke.
I'm gonna do that.
That would be
That
fun.
would be. I'm gonna wear a fedora. I'm gonna be dressed up so well.
We're going to be broadcasting actually from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, home of the Olympics. It will look like the same set because we're getting a replica built, but we will be in Rio.
right.
Mark our words.
Yeah.
Our own little
And
slice of paradise.
Instead of drinking wine, we're gonna be eating dishes handmade for us by Guy Fieri himself.
So I just want to read off a couple of quotes.
Maybe we'll blend them up, put them in some glasses. Go on.
Please hit us with the quotes, boy.
Yeah, like a burger smoothie.
Hit us with the quotes.
Okay, so I just wanted to bring up a few points that I thought might be interesting. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on them.
Okay.
Alex kind of was ousted as being a bad guy in this whole scenario.
Yeah, finally.
He took down Chad, but
No.
I mean, I would always.
yeah, he took down Chad.
He took down Chad, but the
No.
crazy thing is Alex. Everyone was.
He was the lesser of two evils.
But remember this though, everyone was chanting his name when they were in the wherever Pennsyltucky. You know, they were chanting his name like he just
a
slayed the
house
dragon.
full of unsatisfied men who felt threatened by a guy who was keeping its soups real.
Yeah,
And then they're like, oh, like, Lord Farquaad's coming in and he slayed the dragon, like Dragon Slayer. That's not funny. That's petty. It's childish. They're some of the most insecure little babies I've ever met.
Yeah. Dragons are endangered, you jerk.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one?
I know how they mate, and it takes a long time.
So how did we feel though about Chad dating Robbie and beautiful Squidward's ex-girlfriends?
I think it's awesome.
It's pretty hilarious.
You guys liked it? I thought that was so messed up.
I mean, forget 'em, like-
yeah, forget him, right? But I mean, it depends. Robbie, it's weird though because we didn't see his reaction because he wasn't at the men tell all.
We know that he's threatening her.
We're gonna talk about that soon, but he was with her for 4 years. That's kind of weird to think Chad, of all people, Chad is dating his ex-girlfriend. Or he's seeing them talking.
She can obviously see the good in him that the rest of the world can't.
I think she sees the bad in him. He's got that bad boy charm.
You want to repeat that, Jake?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm just saying he's got that bad boy charm, and it's hard for someone named Hope to not want a bad boy.
I mean, I am bad for Chad, and I just want to read a couple of my favorite quotes from him. Do you get scared about words? And another one was when Chris Harrison asked him, he's like, "What'd you think about that ripped shirt?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, that ripped thing's nizzle."
No, he called it a V nizzle.
A V nizzle?
Like a V neck.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that all V nizzle. I mean, he's got some great quotes.
Oh yeah. I
Not gonna lie.
cannot wait to see how he and Evan handle
Duke it out in paradise.
What was funny though is he had the total opportunity to just take jabs at him the way we do every week at Evan.
We hate you, Evan.
Yeah, we hate you so
Yeah,
much.
Evan, you stink. And the instant replay proved him to be the